Hi, everyone. I wanted to go through our relative location practice for today. We're going to look through questions 1 and 2 together so you can kind of refresh your memory or even help your parents understand a little bit of what to do. So I would show you my face. Here's my hand. But I got this camera set up and I don't trust myself to be able to do it again if I show you my face. So we got 2 papers today to use for today's activity. So we have our question sheet 1 through 7, and then this beautiful map of Ohio. So if we remember from our vocab words, relative location, or as it says here, relative direction, it's the same thing. It is the description of a place in relation to another point or place. So you're describing where something is in relation or using somewhere else using cardinal or intermediate directions. So I know this says use page R19. Nah, I just scanned the picture in. So, for example, question 1, what is the relative location of Toledo in Ohio? So we know Toledo is a city inside Ohio, a place where most of us have probably already gone. So if we're looking, we see Toledo right over here. And so we are using Ohio to describe where Toledo is using cardinal or intermediate directions. So where it is inside Ohio. So if you look, you see a little baby compass rose right here. Doesn't say the intermediate directions, just the cardinal directions. But something your child or you, if you're the one listening, might have taken home is the cardinal and intermediate directions sheet. So they can also have or be using this to help them. So basically, what is the relative location of Toledo in Ohio asking is basically inside Ohio, what section is it in using cardinal or intermediate directions. So a little trick that I usually like to do, I like to make this Ohio, since we're looking inside of Ohio, into a compass rose itself. So we know this never eat soggy waffles. This is the northern border of Ohio, the eastern border, the southern border, and then the western border. Okay? So something I like to do, I kind of like to make it into a grid. Okay? So just like how a compass rose has a center, this would be the center of our map compass rose. So you can even do north, east, south, west. And then you could even, if you wanted, be more specific and put the intermediate directions over here. So you're basically making Ohio its own compass rose. So the question says, what is the relative location of Toledo in Ohio? So if we're looking inside Ohio, and I want to start in the middle, just looking like this is a compass rose. If I'm going to Toledo, right here. You see, Toledo is not directly north or directly west. It would be northwest Ohio. That's how we would write that. Toledo is in northwest Ohio. So that's what I would write here. The relative location of Toledo and Ohio, you could just write northwest. You can write out northwest, or we can abbreviate those using a capital N, capital W, but we have to say Ohio. I would not write northwest of Ohio because that means if it's northwest of Ohio, I'm going outside of Ohio. And if I'm going northwest of Ohio, we see Michigan is a state that is northwest of Ohio. But since Toledo is inside, Toledo is northwest Ohio. Good. So you can write that one down too. Number 2, what is the relative location of Cincinnati in Ohio? So by saying this, we know Cincinnati is a city inside Ohio. So we're going to do the same thing. So first, we have to find Cincinnati. Look, look, look. Cincinnati is right down here, very close to Kentucky, you see. Okay, so if we're looking at this as our compass rose, we would kind of start in the middle. I'm going to circle Cincinnati for us so we know where we're going. Start here. If I'm traveling to Cincinnati, I see I'm moving in between the southern direction and the western direction. So, hello, I'm going southwest. Am I going west-south? No, we never say that. Southwest Ohio is where Cincinnati would be. Does that make sense? I'm hoping so. Southwest Ohio. So, boom, you're lucky. I just gave you 2 free answers. So if you look at number 3, basically asking the same question, just with the Cleveland. Number 4, what is the relative location of Lake Erie from Columbus? So remember in class when we were doing the scenic route paper, I made you underline from, because if I'm coming from somewhere, it means I'm starting here. Also, if you see a bold word with an underline, I make it easy on you. That's where you drop your finger or your pencil first. Okay, so what is the relative location of Lake Erie from Columbus using cardinal or intermediate directions? I would have to find Columbus, and then what direction would you have to go in order to reach Lake Erie? Okay, so you always start after that word from, or if I bold it and underline it, that means you start there and you travel to the other location. So you would start in Columbus. What direction are you going to get to Lake Erie? I think that could answer all of your questions. The rest of these questions are very similar. Okay, so I think you'll do a great job. So, if you watched this video, I want you to write "Go Steelers" on the end. Okay, that's how I'll know that you watched this video. So even if it's painful to write it, you still have to write it if you watched the video. Hope this makes sense. Thanks for watching. All right, bye.